Hello, everybody, and welcome to CKhorrordict. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Blair Witch movie with spoilers, so if you do not want to know what happens, do not watch this yet. If you saw my review for the trailer that I uploaded 2 days ago, you would know that I was looking forward to this movie, and I was hoping it would be good because we've been waiting for a sequel for a long time to get some more answers on what the Blair Witch Project was all about. For those of you who haven't seen the Blair Witch Project, you really don't have to see it to see this movie, but it came out back in 1999 and it was terrifying to people. Everybody thought it was real, and it turned out it was just a very, very clever marketing campaign, and it made a huge load of profit. It didn't take Its budget was very low, and it made tons of money at the box office. But I enjoyed the Blair Witch Project. It was very creepy. It was very effective, simple, yet very scary. I did scare you at the beginning because, like I said, from here on out, there's going to be spoilers. So if you don't want to know, come back and watch this later. I scared y'all because for the first hour, that's the kind of scares you're going to get. They used a lot of jump scares in this movie, and I'm pretty disappointed because this movie was directed by Adam Wingard, who also directed You're Next, The Guest. He also had parts in VHS and VHS 2, which are very good horror anthology movies. If you haven't seen any of those, I highly recommend them. He also did You're Next. Did I say You're Next? Well, he did You're Next also, which was pretty good thriller. Like I said, I was disappointed. The first hour was pretty much jump scares, cheap jump scares. Jump scares, a lot of people keep asking me what the difference is. A good jump scare is one that you're supposed to be afraid. Like the creature or the monster comes out and scares you, and you jump. And it scares you. It's effective. A cheap jump scare is where like your friend comes up behind you and wah! Scares you. Or scares the audience in this matter. They kept coming up to the camera or behind their friends and just scaring them, and it was just ridiculous. I can't stand cheap jump scares. I can't. Hollywood uses them to get cheap thrills, and they just piss me off. They don't scare me at all. They just piss me off. Blair Witch, I really couldn't tell you the actors' names. They had no character development in this movie. After the first 10 minutes, you're in the woods. They got right down to it. They didn't have any kind of character development. All you know is that Heather from the first movie, her brother received some footage, or somebody found some footage and sent it to her brother, James, and he wanted to go look for her. So they were also going to make a documentary on him trying to find his sister and find this house that was in the Blair Witch Project that Heather was last filming in or last seen in with the camera. But yeah, the first hour was pretty much the Blair Witch Project. This whole movie is pretty much the Blair Witch Project. It was just modernized. I would even go as far as to call it a remake with different characters. They continue the story, but it's with different characters and Heather's brother. But they went through the same exact things that Heather and her two friends went through in the Blair Witch Project. Stickmen, more stickmen, rock piles, noises in the dark. Now, don't get me wrong. The first one did creep me out. It did, very much. But this was like scene for scene for scene. This is pretty much the same. There was modernized stuff, like they used a drone as part of the cameras to get views overhead in the skies. They didn't even use the drone. Maybe they could have caught an image of the Blair Witch or something. They just sent the drone up a couple times in the beginning of the movie, and then they sent it up in the woods, and it got caught. I left the movie to go use the restroom. I usually don't do that, especially with horror movies. because I don't want to miss anything. But I was like, okay, this is pretty much the same movie. I'm not gonna miss anything, so I might have missed something with the drone. But other than it getting caught in a tree, they just wasted that idea, which I was liking that idea of it getting a different viewpoint of the woods and everything. But the what else did I not like about this? At one point, a character hurt her foot, and then there was something growing in it later on. Um, there was no point in that at all. Um, Up until the end, like I said, the last 10 and 15 minutes were pretty scary in it. Um, I guess I'll start talking about positive things. I've been talking about nothing but negative. It wasn't all bad, but it wasn't great. I wouldn't pay full price to see it. I went to the matinee, and I was happy that I went to the matinee. Um, the last 10, 15 minutes did have me squirming. There was a point which gives you very much a feeling of claustrophobia, and I do have a fear of enclosed spaces, especially if you can't move. I can deal with like an elevator, but like if I'm like squeezed so tight that I can't move, I can't handle that. I can't even watch that. Like I had a problem watching The Cave and The Descent. I had problems with those movies. The Pyramid, which wasn't a great movie, but it had enclosed space, a lot of enclosed spaces. Um, but yeah, at the end, it was making me like, like, she can't move, she can't move. But and it also did expand on the lore of the Blair Witch. We did catch glimpses of the Blair Witch in this movie, um, and I like how they added to the house at the end when they found it again, and let you know about a little bit more about what the house is or what it does and what the Blair Witch uses it for. Also, you have, like I said, the images of the Blair Witch. We finally get to see her somewhat. And also on the lore of it, what else did they put in there that they added a little bit more to the story about Rustin Parr, about the kid, him standing in the corner, you're not looking at the Blair Witch, or that's how she gets you. I also like the point that they had expanded on the time continuum. They had like a time and space continuum type thing going on. They didn't know what time it was. Like they had slept till 2, but when they went to bed, it was like it should have been like early in the morning when they woke up, but it was like 2, and it was still dark outside, and it kind of threw you for a loop. You don't know what time it is, you don't know what day it is. What I'm taking from it is like it's all in the same time. Like Heather's still running around in that house. All these people are still running around that house. It's all in the same time. That's what I'm getting from it. I may be totally wrong, but all in all, this movie was pretty much a remake of the Blair Witch Project. I hate to say it. I was looking forward to it, and it let me down. It let me down really bad. Um, except, like I said, the last 10, 15 minutes, and they also ended it the same way the Blair Witch Project did. Yeah. That was very disappointing. They could at least, like, you thought she was going to get out at the end. You thought she was, and then at the last second, boom, camera, credits. That is, they could have done something different. Like they could have let her escape and then had a possible sequel. I think this is going to be another cash grab, and I think it's going to make profit, and they might even do a sequel. Who knows? It'd be easier if they did a sequel if they let this certain character live, but they could have expanded the story on that too, and they didn't. They just ended it like they did the other one. But I know I'm rambling on and on. All in all, I would have to give this a C minus. I was gonna give it a D minus, but since they did add the last 10, 15 minutes and did actually make me scared and squirm and added to it instead of just making it all the same as the Blair Witch Project, I went in and gave it like a C minus. So go see it if you want to. I'm not gonna say don't. I'm not gonna say do. Um, mm, it's just iffy. I didn't enjoy it very much, but to see the extra stuff they added in was kind of worth it. So how would I say? Just do whatever you feel. If you have free time, extra money, go see it. Maybe you'll enjoy it more than I did. But anyway, until next time, if you enjoyed this review, let me know. What did you think about the new Blair Witch movie? Did you catch something I didn't? Or do you have questions that you might want to answer that I might be able to answer? Just leave them down in the comments. Leave me comments on any movies you want me to do, or video games, or anything horror related, really. Can do that. And also give me a like if you like this video, and a subscription. I'll follow back if you subscribe to me. I'll subscribe to you. Alright. Until next time, this is CKhorrordict. I'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.